Hello, everybody, welcome. Rosa Psych Investigator, hello, Everybody, welcome. Rosa Psych Investigator. So, guys, I had recorded videos for today earlier. I had scheduled them. And then I just received a text from Cassie Beal of Professional Aquarian. And it's like you can't imagine, you cannot create in your mind the things that this man does, the level of corruption, but it's something so egregious that I want to share with you and read with you. I just saw the headline, but let's read it together because it's so crazy. Okay, so let's start now, huh? Let's get started. Uh-huh. Okay, so minor, huh? Trump said to demand Justice Department pay him $230 million for past cases. Senior department officials were defense lawyers for the president, and those in his orbit are now in jobs that typically must approve of any such payout, underscoring potential ethical conflicts. Look at them, my God. And but in a way, I get all this laughter even before I I look into this from the other side because it's a joke, right? It has to be a joke. Todd Blanche, the Deputy Attorney General, Pam Bondi, and Kash Patel. Look at their faces, right? Wow. President Trump is demanding that the Justice Department pay him about $230 million in compensation for the federal investigations into him, according to people familiar with the matter, who added that any settlement might ultimately be approved by senior department officials who defended him or those in his orbits. The situation has no parallel in American history, as Mr. Trump, a presidential candidate, was pursued by federal law enforcement and eventually won the election, taking over the very government that must now review his claims. It is also the starkest example yet of potential ethical conflicts created by installing the president's former lawyers atop the Justice Department. Mr. Trump submitted complaints through an administrative claim process that is often the precursor to lawsuits. The first claim, lodged in late 2023, seeks damages for a number of purported violations of his rights, including the FBI and special counsel investigation into Russian election tampering and possible connections to the 2016 Trump campaign, according to people familiar with the matter. They spoke on the condition of anonymity because the claim has not been made public. The second complaint, filed in the summer of 2024, accuses the FBI of violating Mr. Trump's privacy by searching Mar-a-Lago, his club and residence in Florida, in 2022 for classified documents. It also accuses the Justice Department of malicious prosecution and charging him with mishandling sensitive records after he left office. Lawyers said the nature of the claims posed undeniable ethics challenges. What a travesty, said Bennett Gershman, an ethics professor at Pace University. The ethical conflict is just so basic and fundamental. You don't need a law professor to explain it. That's right. He added, and then to have people in the Justice Department decide whether his claims should be successful or not. And these are the people who serve him deciding whether he wins or loses. It's very bizarre and almost too outlandish to believe. Even the president seemed to acknowledge that point in the Oval Office last week, when he alluded vaguely to the situation while standing next to the FBI director, Kash Patel, Attorney General Pam Bondi, and her deputy, Todd Blanche. According to Justice Department regulations, the Deputy Attorney General, in this case, Mr. Blanche, is one of two people eligible to sign off on such a settlement. I have a lawsuit that was doing very well. And when I became president, I said, I'm sort of suing myself. I don't know. How do you settle the lawsuit? I'll give myself X dollars, and I don't know what to do with the lawsuit, Mr. Trump said, adding, it sort of looks bad. I'm suing myself, right? So I don't know, but that was a lawsuit that was very strong, very powerful. Administrative claims are not technically lawsuits. Such complaints are submitted first to the Justice Department on what is called a Standard Form 95 to see if a settlement can be reached without a lawsuit in federal court. If the department formally rejects such a claim or declines to act on it, a person could then sue in court. Still, that is an unlikely outcome in this instance, given that Mr. Trump is already negotiating, in essence, with his subordinates. Compensation is typically covered by taxpayers. Two people familiar with the president's legal claims said that he had not been paid by the federal government, but that he expected to be. Okay. Meanwhile, we have a shutdown and there's people who are not getting paid for real. Okay. Okay. So the second claim accused Merrick Garland, the then Attorney General, Christopher Wray, the then FBI Director, and Jack Smith, the special counsel investigating Mr. Trump at the time, of harassment intended to sway the electoral outcome. This malicious prosecution led President Trump to spend tens of millions of dollars defending the case and his reputation, the claim said. According to the Justice Department manual, settlements of claims against the department for more than $4 million must be approved by the Deputy Attorney General or Associate Attorney General. So, okay, wow. Okay, so that's, I'm not going to read every single, right? I think we've got, I've had enough, right? We have enough. So this is the protection. I think we need the protection here. Okay, so like as for protection, a beautiful ray of light coming on top of my head as I breathe in. I fill my lungs as I breathe out. I create a circle. I step into it. I feel protected. I feel connected. I like to ask that information come only from the highest sources that it create the good and only the good. And so it is. So guys, wow, what can you say, right? This is it takes like I don't know what to say. I really am speechless. So, it's funny. I've been looking into this. There's this famous Singapore case of, I think, 1MDB, where there was a fund, a government fund that these people stole from. They just transfer the money to their own accounts. Honestly, I think Trump is doing that in a way or another. And the fact that it's just like unthinkable, right? The level of criminality, the fact that he's guilty of all these things, right? And that he stole the election. And then that's like, wow, it's a real evil, like it's, a level of evil, of the straight face of it all, right? Of, but that's it. So, but okay, this sounds like there's strange things saying, way, Rosie, it's good that he's showing who he is. But is it going to sway anything? Is it going to make a difference? I think everybody, including his own voters, including his own party, they're like, because he's getting money, they're all getting money, they're doing these scams. But it's saying, all of this, Rosie, is driven by his knowledge, other than the fact that this is truly evil. It's a very short-termist understanding because he knows inherently that he's not going to stay in the government for very long. And that's why he's creating these schemes to essentially siphon money away from the government into himself and his companies, because at heart, he is a thief, a criminal, a con man. And that's what he's doing. He comes to the government and he does what he would have done in his own businesses. He steals, he scams, and he loses money, right? All his businesses end up losing money and going bankrupt. The same with the government. So, okay, so what is going to happen here? Tell me what's going to happen here. And I see that even that Bondi lady is like, because it's saying this, that all the lawyers know that this type, especially the ones who were his defense lawyers, this is a type of thing that will end their careers. If they approve this, there's no hope. I think even, and I see that both this Blanche guy and the woman, they know that even if they leave the government, that Trump is not going to be in office forever. They're not going to be in office forever. And that they will immediately, essentially, probably even lose their license and go to prison for this because it's so blatant. So, okay, so what is going to happen? And they are trying to say no. That's right, they're trying to say no. So first, okay, so I see that Bondi, I feel like Bondi also, even though obviously she's compromised, she's done a lot of things, very shady things. She's starting to realize that it may not be worth it after all, because this is just, wait, it's like you're signing off on like theft. So wow. So what is okay? And they're all kind of like okay. And even to everybody. I mean, I think it's interesting that I see that the Supreme Court and all those right-wing Christians thought, oh yeah, let's give the guy, king powers or whatever, emperor powers. But they never could have conceived that he would go this far, at least so publicly, right? So they're like, that is that, that's why it's a Christian thing, right? It's Christian. So they're all kind of frozen, knowing that this is too overt to justify. So what is going to happen here is this money, he's saying, I feel like they're telling him to have some sort of lawsuit because that's just to transfer the money to him like that is just too much. So what is going to happen? Is it going to be approved? But I'm like, no, spirits, just give it to me straight. I know the mind, it's too strange to wrap up. It doesn't make sense. It's too weird. But what is going to happen here? What is going to happen here first? Yeah, I see that they want to delay this, and I think in my, honesty, either I feel like they will, I think they may resign over this, to be honest. I think it may not happen this particular way, that they will kind of tell him to sort of wait a little, um, because the blowback is too big. I even see actually Stephen Miller saying something because it's saying this is going to harm their party, their careers, the entire. It's like, yeah, even it's like, yes, Trump did steal the elections. They know that, but it's just too much, given that we have a shutdown and everything. People are getting fired, and there he is getting himself hundreds of millions of dollars of taxpayer money. So what is happening here? What is going to be the outcome of this? So let's see okay. Now here it's a look into, this is the organization. Okay, man's organization. This could be the children, money, happy, looking, because so is it, so the cards just say what's happening. Is it really gonna, that's right. And there's something about, I see that there's the backdrop of the Epstein. But what is gonna happen here? Trying to move on but can't, making plans, legal fights, the ones. I wonder if this is quick. The Emperor, okay. Deal. So honestly, the cards say that it's gonna come through. It's gonna happen. I think because here, I don't see cards. I don't see the cards of her leaving, even though I saw it in my, the cards say here that she is quick, and this is something being resolved quickly. The emperor could be both Trump or could be also Putin, but there's a deal. So she cuts a deal. She cuts a deal with Trump. Yeah, so it's saying that they're gonna make it in some way that they're gonna make it happen. Okay. So is there gonna be a blowback? Like, come on. Is there gonna be a blowback? Is that it? Like, is that it? Okay, friend, election, a long time, hacking or stress, or the woman. Okay. They hacked the election away from the woman. Okay. Or admit madness is like a person who's isolated but kind of like crazed. Again, the question is, what is the blowback? Manipulation, the magician upside down. Tower, yeah, everything falls apart. It's falling apart. Yes, this causes things to fall apart. Strength, the beginning. So it's saying, it shows me that in a way, this is again, it's very difficult to wrap my mind around it, but now it kind of makes sense. It will go through, but it will accelerate his demise, and it looks like it will create his ending. And there's a strength for new beginnings. So it pushes doesn't make sense. It pushes him out. And because the energy is essentially supporting in the beginning, right? So it's saying it's going to, he's going to get this to pass. He's going to get this signed, and then he's going to go. That's what I feel like. I mean, not that he's going to get away with everything, but it's saying he gets crazier and crazier. And I see that it tells me that there is something related, in fact, to the Epstein situation, because the more people make claims, right, they demand accountability and they want the files to be released, the more he does crazy things to show people. It's like, do they think that I can get away with anything? I could do whatever I want. Come on. And so it doesn't make sense. It's like this his devilish ego. He goes there, kind of, right? But guys, you know what I thought? Okay, this is it's on like I said before, I'm usually just doing like one topic per video, but this is bringing back something I haven't looked at because I wonder, that I said that he's gonna do it. I wonder, is this gonna lead to Ghislaine Maxwell being pardoned? Because there was the report that her prison was closed or something, right? Let me see here. 1 second, if I can find, because I feel like it doesn't make sense. It's sort of like it's so depraved, the whole thing, right? That he's capable of doing that, just like he did it to right. So here, I'm not gonna read it because I don't have a subscription. See, maybe I can do this. 1 second. So they closed the prison off for her. Okay, so prison is running massive Ghislaine Maxwell cover-up for Trump. Prison consultant Sam Mangill reveals on the Daily Beast podcast that a unique blackout is hushing up every detail about Ghislaine Maxwell. Okay. Let's see. The transfer came after Maxwell sat down for the interview. So let's ask what is going on, because I feel like the George Santos thing was a prelude to like this kind of the shamelessness at a level never seen before, right? I think we could say that. So what's going on with Ghislaine Maxwell? Is Trump going to pardon her next? Because that's what intuitively feels like to me. Okay, public. Is it more upside down? It's going to be public. It's interesting. It's all upside down. I mean, sometimes I have to wait and chain chaos. So I see, what I feel like the impulse is he really, really wants to pardon her. He is okay, but he doesn't want to do it in public. And he is waiting. He has to wait because it would create chaos. But I feel this. I feel he has given the orders okay, here is the White House talking, fighting, fighting, disagreements about what they want. This is the person to go, right? They want somebody to go, remove behind the scenes cloud. So it's saying they're going, okay, so what is going to happen? Okay, I think this is also what is going to happen to Ghislaine Maxwell next. Glance, disappointment, okay. Okay, opportunity shady. Okay, here comes opportunity shady comes treachery public. So I feel this, that he has already given the orders to pardon her. But honestly, I think there's somebody in there in the administration that is going to may stop it because it's going to create such a massive backlash. Even Laura Loomer was saying it, but I feel like so because I see this that he thinks that if he pardons Ghislaine Maxwell, then the whole thing is going to go away, right? That's like, oh, it never happened. They made it up. But the Epstein situation is something else. It cannot, it just, nothing he does. And I see he tries to put his feet, cover it with his feet or something. Nothing works. So, so this is not, and I see this, it's interesting. There's a arm wrestling between him and other people in the White House. And it's saying if he does that, it's the end. It's the end for him. And we have told him, and he's very adamant about this, but it's saying okay, so I just think that like I said, I think he has made a decision, but and it hasn't been announced. They haven't, and I see that there's people in the White House are not doing it. Like, he asked for it, but they have to input it in the program or something. It's not, I see that they may hold it up for a while. He's still gonna leave, I feel like, but doesn't make it's kind of like all these things are converging. And the like attitude here for him is to give a middle finger to everybody to say, I could do whatever I want and get away with it. I can create reality as I see fit. So it's a showdown. But I still see information coming out about him. If it's not, I still don't think that actually the Epstein list will be released while he's in office. But it's like we're going towards the end of his administration, and that's where we are. Okay, so either way, he's on his way out, I feel like. But if he does it, he expedites it. He pardons her. It may happen faster, but there's still the whole thing, right? All of it. But that's where we are. Wow. Okay. All right, guys. So thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.